Hi. Hey everyone, this is Silas, coming at you with another video, and this time talking about the Sigma 14-24mm f2.8 lens, which is what I'm using right now to film myself, and I used last time on the first video I ever made. If you guys don't already know, I added a table. I think it's a bit, yeah, you heard that shaking. It's a little bit wobbly, but I think having a table here is actually nice. It kind of makes it a bit more natural for me, just because I can put my hand here. If I want to do any product stuff, I can put the products here. But I digress on that. We're talking about the Sigma 14-24. This lens is amazing. I think it has a lot of versatility to it. I know it's only a 10mm difference from 14 to 24, but I think that makes a world of a difference. So you're looking at it right now, 24. I think it's a pretty good distance, but let me change it to 14. Yeah, the table looks like it's bigger than me. So let's change it back. Perfect. So now we're back at 24. And that was 14 earlier. I did actually take this lens out for a shoot out over at Dallas Road on Vancouver Island. And my wife was very, very generous enough to give her time to me and kind of film a little bit of behind the scenes of kind of what I do and kind of how I get my shots. I did shoot it on a gimbal on the Ronin SC. It doesn't really work on my camera because it can't tilt up enough, because the camera is a bit too big and the lens is quite heavy as well. So you're going to hear a couple of beeping sounds occasionally throughout the video. Don't worry, nothing wrong with the gimbal. I just had to make sure I couldn't go too far up or else it would cause it. And yeah, and the shots that I did shoot in there as well will be shown ungraded. So like before I put the colors and everything in. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it off to Silas, and well, let's see what happens. Hey, so we're at Dallas Road here on Vancouver Island, and we're at just about sunset. We're trying to get some sunset shots with the Sigma 14-24 f2.8. I'm shooting in S-Log3, 422 10-bit as usual, 4K, and then I'm also shooting it at 2.0 exposure because you want to overexpose it so you can bring back, and it's easy to bring it back in S-Log. But let's see if we can get some good shots. Yeah, so I'm hoping with the sunset that we're gonna get some purple and orange in the sky. Like right now it's not too bad if you want to show the sky, but it's not bad, but it's not the colors I want right now. So hopefully we can capture that. Excuse me, Annie. Yeah, so still trying to wait for sunset right now. Trying to get a couple shots. We want to head down there after. Even though it's under construction, I still think we can get some kind of cool shots, and then there's a little beach down there as well. Hopefully again we get that orangish purplish kind of hue. It's kind of showing a little bit way down there, but hopefully it comes over here because this isn't exactly, it doesn't have a really clear shot of the sunset just because we're being blocked by trees, but it should be fine. Oh, I forgot I hit the press this one. Try one more time. Yeah. Nice. I think you're gonna record it too. That's really nice, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, hello. Almost there, left. So we didn't get the purpley orangey goodness because the clouds are kind of blocking it. And like I did mention, we do have a giant park over there. I believe Beacon Hill Park is just over there, so it's being blocked, but it's okay. I think the water still looks really good. And so we're just going to maybe capture some reflection shots, maybe some shots on the walk, just to continue testing out the video capability of this. And then after that, I think we'll call it a night. Okay, so sun's kind of gone now. It's completely gone. We got some pretty good shots, I think. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go home, I'm going to edit the footage together, and then I just want to see what it looks like. Again, we're using S-Log3, so I'm really hoping we got some of that really nice color. I really hope we got some of the orange and the purpley kind of, or pinkish purple, I guess it's not purple. And then just, we got some of the waves as well. This is really amazing. So we're going to head back now. It's getting kind of cold, so I'm going to go back, edit, and then we're going to continue discussing this lens. Welcome back to the studio. Bedroom studio, I guess. Makes me feel better if you call it a studio, so we're gonna call it the studio. I hope you guys enjoyed the footage that I edited and put together of just my quick shoot over at Dallas Road. I think it turned out really well. Shooting in S-Log3 is still something I'm getting used to, especially with being able to do 10-bit. And I usually don't edit in S-Log. I used to edit in H-Log back on the A6600. But what do you guys think? Are the colors good? Is the editing good? Just comment below, let me know what you guys think and what I can improve. As for the lens though, I think it's great. I think this lens works very well. It's very sharp. I was very surprised with how wide it is, just because on Sony's, especially on the A6600, sorry, not just Sony, but on all crop cameras, especially with just doing a 12mm, which crops to about 18 to 20 millimeters after the 1.5 times magnification. It felt wide to me, especially when I'm shooting real estate. But then when I switched to the 14mm, I'm like, whoa, I can capture so much. And you guys notice as well, there are a couple of shots where I got really close up with the subject, which is usually just grass or things just kind of like, you know, waving in the wind. But I was still able to get pretty close and still keep it in focus. When it comes to this lens though, again, would I recommend this lens to other people? Of course. This lens is very versatile. With the 14 to 24mm, you get a little bit of flexibility, just 10mm of flexibility between the two. So again, if you want just a little bit tighter shot, kind of like this, the frame right now that I have, you can have that. Or if you wanted like a super wide shot, then you also have the option to do that as well by going down. You can say that it's an f2.8, so you're not going to be able to let in as much light. You're not going to be able to get as much blurry background or bokeh in the back. I don't think that's too big of a deal, especially when you're doing wide anyways. I think most of the time when you're doing wide, you're going to be trying to capture a lot of the details in what you're trying to shoot. It's like, for example, if you're doing landscape photography. Of course, allowing a lot more light in is great, but I don't think it's too big of a caveat that will stop you from purchasing this lens, especially with a camera like the Sony a7S III that is really good in low light. So if it ever does get too dark, I can definitely bump up the ISO on my camera and it'll be perfectly fine. Not having optical steady shot or optical stabilization on the lens, not a big deal as well. If you guys haven't already seen it, in my first video, I went handheld out over in the forest. So we shot all handheld. I did put a little bit of post-stabilization in the end, but not that much. Only a little bit, just to kind of make sure some of the jitters were gone. But this lens, I would recommend. If you're looking for something that's great for, real estate, landscape photography, or even shooting videos of landscape, I think this lens will definitely be something that you'll just stick in your bag and you're ready to take out whenever you need it. Well, that is basically the video right there. I think the Sigma is really great, but I think what would also be really great is if you guys could give the video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I plan to continue posting more videos. I have a couple of other things I want to do when it comes to reviews or even just getting out and shooting things. I have some projects I want to do as well. May include some automotive things like cars, and getting videos of that. I'm not too sure. It could be a product videos as well. So, please keep a lookout for when I post those. And of course, if you guys can, please comment below on what you guys think was great, what was bad, what I can improve on, or even just saying hi. I'm ready to just say hi and have a conversation with you all. So thank you very much, and I hope I can see you guys again next time.